Hello everyone! Thank you for joining me in this energizing yoga sequence. Let's start with a side stretch. Lift your right arm up and reach to the left. Take a deep inhale, lift your left arm up and reach to the right. Press your hips forward. You're gonna feel the stretch in your sides. So lift the left arm up, take a deep inhale and reach to the right. Go at your own pace. Don't worry about catching up with me. Now take a deep inhale, place your hands over your hip bones, and on an exhale, bend over from the hips, pressing your chest into your mat and lift back up. You want to have a flat back, so make sure you're trying to bring the shoulder blades together and push back with your hips. Inhale and exhale as you bend. Feel free to bend from the knees, pressing the chest into the mat, lift up. Go through this motion at your own pace, feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. Now open your legs at a wider stance, placing your hands over your hip bones. Bend over to the right side from the hips. Come back up and over to the left side. You're gonna feel the stretch in your inner thighs. So go over your right side, up, fold over your left side. Keep moving through this motion at your own pace. Now interlace your fingers in front of your chest and twist your upper body, reaching your knee to your opposite elbow. So reach to your right elbow with your left knee as you twist your upper body. It might be hard to balance, just take it slow, squeeze your abs, that will help with the balance. Reach to the right elbow with the left knee. And don't worry if you cannot reach your elbow with your knee yet, just try to bring it as close as you can. Great job! Now bring your feet at a wide stance. fold over to the left side and draw a semicircle with your head folding over to the right side and lifting up. Repeat. Start on the left side, draw a semicircle, and come back up. Let's take one more side stretch. So on an inhale, lift your right arm up, reach to the left. Lift your left arm up and reach to the right, pressing the hips forward. Now bringing the feet at a comfortable distance, reach your arms up and reach to the sky. Squeeze your abs, tuck your pelvis in. Really feel your spine lengthening here. Take a deep inhale. Focus on how you are breathing. Exhale slowly. Now bending from the elbows, drop your knuckles behind your head and lift up. Repeat one more time, dropping the knuckles behind your head. One more time, up, bending from the elbows, drop the knuckles. Let's move on with the chair pose to heat up the glute muscles. Take a deep inhale, lifting the arms up, and sit down, pressing the hips back. Come back up. Sit down, press your hips back. Keep a nice straight flat back here. Press your hips back as if you're sitting on a chair. Keep going. Up. Sit down. Open your legs at a wide stance. Place your hands over your hips and fold over, pressing your chest into your mat. Keep a nice and flat back. Feel free to bend from the knees. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Check to see if your back is flat. And push into the mat. If you cannot reach the mat, place your hands on your thighs or on a block. Great job. Now lower on your knees we're gonna take a dynamic child's pose. Get in your child's pose, pressing your hips into your heels. From here, press into your hands, shifting your weight forward, pressing the hips into the mat. Go back into your child's pose. Shift your weight forward. See if you can press the hips into the mat. Back to your child's pose. Go through this motion at your own pace. See if it feels good. If it doesn't feel good to press your hips into the mat as you shift your weight forward, don't worry about that. Just shift your weight forward and get back into your child's pose. Take a rest in your child's pose, extending those arms, lengthening through the spine. Now let's take a dynamic camel pose. Placing your hands over your hips, push your hips forward, bringing your shoulder blades together. And as you fold over, press your hips back. One more time, press the hips forward, fold over, pressing the hips back. You want to feel a nice stretch in your back area, nothing too sharp, so don't force yourself. Just take it easy, take some slight bends, and fold over. Now try to hold your camel, pushing the hips forward. See if you can place your hands over your heels. Don't worry if you cannot, you can place your hands over your shins or just keep them on your hips. Now lower down on your knees. Meet me in the tabletop position, extending the right leg behind you, pressing the toe into the mat. Press your heel into the ground and forward on your toe. Press your heel and hinge forward, heel, come forward. Now switch legs, extending your left leg behind you. Press your heel into the ground, come forward, press the heel. Now extend your right leg behind you. As you bend from the elbows, lift that leg up and down, bend the elbows, raise the leg and down. One more time. Switch legs, extending the left leg, bend the elbows, raise your leg up. Great job! Now let's take another dynamic child's pose. So meet me in the child's pose, and as you shift your weight forward, lower your hips into the mat, child's pose, and then shift your weight forward. Keep going through this motion. Now take a seat. Let's get some hip stretch. Place your left ankle above your right knee over your thigh. You're gonna feel a nice stretch in your left hip. Now, if you cannot feel the stretch, bring your right heel closer to your hips. You wanna have a straight back here, so press into your hands, puff your chest out. Feel free to rock side to side gently. Let's switch sides. Repeat the same with your right leg, placing your ankle over your thigh. Feel that stretch in your right hip. Releasing your feet, walk back with your hands. Take a deep inhale and puff your chest out as you exhale. Lie on your back, drawing your right knee into your chest. Switch legs, draw your left knee into your chest. Take a few more of these knee to chests. And take a deep breath in. Try to notice how you are breathing. We are about to end this sequence, so take this time to just focus on your breath. Draw both knees into your chest if that feels good, and feel free to rock side to side gently. Thank you so much for joining me today. Stay here in this pose for however long you need, and don't forget to check out my other videos. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!